A decision is being made. Either you're making it or it's being made without you. Growth Gang! Welcome back to another Growth Talk. Today we're going to talk about decision making. More importantly, effective and efficient decision making. So I'm just going to put effective and efficient. So effective and efficient decision making. Like ultimately people are making the decision. A little thing that I like, a little framework that I like is like a decision is being made. Either you're making it or it's being made without you. So, you know, I mean, you definitely you want to be effective and efficient, and you want to be intentional when it comes to your decision making. So we're gonna jump right into the Q&A. I've got 5 questions. I pulled these from my Instagram stories. So you gotta be watching my Instagram stories. Like I'll throw up a Q&A post with the topic that I'm gonna cover, and then I'll pull 5 questions from those responses and then cover them in the Growth Talk. So make sure you're watching the Instagram stories if you want to submit a question relative to one of the topics. So the first question is, how can I overcome analysis paralysis and make decisions more effectively? Analysis paralysis. Sounds like somebody who's coming into their vocabulary. Honestly, I love that though. So analysis paralysis. So basically, like in analyzing, basically getting frozen in analyzing a situation to make a decision. So I would say frameworks help. So having ways, like systematic ways that you break down information and make a decision, that's definitely a way to overcome the analysis paralysis. I love how you put that. But like also making sure that you have all of the information. Like you don't want to end up in the education masturbation phase, like where you're overindulging in the information to make it feel like you're still progressing. But to make them more effective, how can I overcome analysis paralysis and make decisions more effectively? Information. Like you need to make sure that you're collecting and curating all of the information available to you so that you can make this decision. Like I find a lot of the time, like analysis paralysis, like to me, that just means like you're getting stuck in the process of going through the information. Now, like if you're confident that you have it all, you know what I mean, then maybe you won't get stuck in those places. Hopefully I covered that question. Number 2, what are some strategies when faced with multiple options? Well, like if you're making a decision, I would have to say that there's more than one option, or it isn't a decision. What are some strategies? So like I like to sometimes I'll do a chart. Like it's just fucking simple. Literally go like this: positives, negatives, weigh them out, and then boom. That's your equation. You know what I mean? So that's my strategy. Like if you have multiple options, like, well, so this could be option 1. This could be number 2. Same thing. And then take these, and there's your decision, right? Like, so. Like it's systems. Like you need to have frameworks. Like this is what you would consider a framework. Like this is a great framework. So you would take option 1, positives, negatives. Option 2, positives, negatives. And obviously if there's 3 options, 4 options, 5 options, then you continue on with this process. And then you would continue to a process of elimination. But so, you know what I mean? If there's more positives here, so then 5 positives, say 4 positives over here. You know what I mean? Like, you just got to do the math. Like, it doesn't, not everything has to be from a place of like mystical intuition. Some things are just cold hard math. So having systems to break down the contrast points of the positives and the negatives, and then, you know what I mean, that's just a good like system to create that equation to give you your answer, and it's going to help you get to your decision more efficiently and more effectively. So number 3, how can I trust my intuition to make more confident decisions? Fuck, I love that question. So you're trusting your intuition, like your intuition, like, man, it can be framed in a lot of different ways. I believe that your intuition is you're tapped into infinite intelligence. Now, I'll have to do a video covering infinite intelligence if that's not a term that you're familiar with, but that's what I believe, like, your intuition is, like that gut feeling. But that comes from like that infinite intelligence, like that unlimited information. So I'm getting a little off topic here. How can I trust my intuition to make more confident decisions? You've got to build self-trust. Like, you need to trust. If you trust you, then you'll trust yourself to make this, you know what I mean? To make more confident decisions. Like, to ultimately end up at a conclusion, like to have made a decision and to stand on that and be confident in it, comes down to your processes and your belief in yourself and your ability to have collected all of the information and made a proper decision. Like, it really comes down to your processes, but it's also got a lot to do with your belief in yourself. Number 4, what roles does self-awareness play in making better decisions? Another great question. Like, if you're making, well, I don't know, like if you're making decisions about yourself personally, like making decisions about business or other people, you know what I mean, other people, like subordinates, stuff like that, maybe self-awareness doesn't play into that as much as it may play into making better decisions about yourself. Because, like, if you're not aware of yourself and your current circumstances, and, you know what I mean, like, if you don't have self-awareness, like, there's a good chance you're not making good decisions for yourself, because it takes that introspection, like that self-awareness, to be able to make the assessment of what the decision should be. Like, are we going left or are we going right? Hopefully I covered that one. Number 5, can you share a personal experience where effective decision making led to a positive outcome in your own life? I feel like that's the same person that asked the 5th question in the last talk. But anyways, can you share a personal experience where effective decision making led to a positive outcome in your own life? Definitely. So business is going to take the cake on that one when it comes to making decisions about business. Like, you don't have to, but your success is definitely going to be denoted counter to your ability to effectively make decisions. So I guess, like, a personal story was competing for a job back when I was in construction, and, like, there, you know what I mean, there was quite a few factors of whether or not the project was going to be good for us as a company, but also in unison with the other projects that we had on the go. So I made that decision very quickly. The decision was not to take on the project, therefore led to success in my other projects, which, you know what I mean, was financially profitable to me. So, like, you know what I mean, you're getting a financial gain, definitely. Like, that would be, you know what I mean, that's what I'm talking about. My own personal experience here is, like, I could think of 100,000 times where I gained, especially financially, by making like a quick, effective decision. You got to be efficient and you got to be effective in making your decisions. Like, you ultimately need to get there as fast as you can, but you need to get there as confidently and with as much information as possible, so that you can stand on the fact and be confident in the decision that you've made. Like, there's no worse feeling than making a decision that has a lot riding on it, especially when there's other people involved, that you're not confident in, that you're just second guessing, you know what I mean, all day and night until, you know what I mean, until either it lands or shit hits the fan, right? So, like, you have to be effective in making those decisions, honestly. Like, like, if you're not good at making decisions, then you should not be in a leadership role. If you're in a leadership role and suffer from indecision on a regular basis, you may want to consider passing that role off to somebody more qualified. But I hope that we covered the topics. Being, you know what I mean, being effective and efficient in your decision making. And that ultimately comes down to your processes, how you collect the information, and your confidence and your belief in yourself to make the decisions that you're making. Like, it's going to speed it up, and you're ultimately going to make more effective decisions. But anyways, I hope that you guys are definitely more aware of the decisions that you make and the speed in which you're making them, and whether or not they're actually effective and efficient decisions, and like, are your processes efficient? Some people get so overwhelmed when it comes to making decisions. Like, I actually genuinely feel for them, because like, there isn't too many humans that are going to make it go through their day without having to make decisions. Like, hopefully they're not the mountains that I have to roll around in my head. Anyways, be effective and efficient in making your decisions, and the world that you're experiencing is going to change. Like, definitely. Like, especially the speed in which you're getting towards where it is that you're striving to be. Until next time, let's grow together.